running.
Oh.
And we're live. Gather round. Microphone check.
Check.
That's a very nice microphone
Thank
you have
you.
there.
It's nice and pink.
You're going to have your little square with your logo. So if y'all tune into Her Lounge Podcast, you're going to see. Oh, today, check out our new set. We just had this built. This is not green screen.
It's just green screen, guys.
Is it? Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Today's episode is brought to you by getting high off our own supply.
You know what I'm saying? Are we out of our own coffee again?
There's more at the office.
Okay.
If you want to order some online, your coffee is ready to be shipped out. However, we drank all of ours. That's why I can't even have it on display. Good morning to my beautiful wife, and good morning to you guys.
Cheers.
Inhale the good stuff, exhale the bad stuff. Oh yeah, shout out to Mic Drop Comedy Club. Y'all see that nice mug? We gotta get some mugs.
Shout out
real
to my
soon.
friend Marissa who left this nice mug. I know why I like it, bro.
Cause it's the weighted bottom.
It's the kind that you put on the thing so that it stays hot all the time. There's an on button at the bottom.
There's a button.
There's a button at the bottom that you press, so it sits on this little thing, and that's what keeps it hot all day long.
Okay, those are the kind we gotta sell.
I know, Marissa. That's why I told you I need to find this brand. Remember I was telling you? I said, because man, that cup, and it's nice and thick, y'all. My friend left this cup in my house when she came over the other day. So,
yeah. So Marissa, thank you.
So
for,
Marissa, I don't know if you're getting this cup back.
You know, allegedly this is a totally different cup.
And it's like all black. I don't know what brand this is or who that is.
That might be a company or something. Maybe her husband works for that company.
Oh, maybe so. That makes sense because they're out on the oil field.
Remember when people used to steal your bike? They would just paint it. So you're gonna have to paint
I
the
remember
cup.
when they stole my bike
Yeah.
from the back of our house.
Yeah.
That's why I be telling y'all.
You gotta
I
close
gotta
them
that
gates.
gate.
Gotta close them gates, baby. San Antonio, you're next on the schedule. But first, we're headed to Las Vegas.
Ooh.
We're headed to Las Vegas.
Are you excited about that or what?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to perform. I can't wait.
Tell them what you're gonna do. I mean,
So I'm gonna be performing stand-up comedy. It's a big boys comedy show. Funny mother. How did you call it? Mother fruckers. This is a family show, and it's gonna be Michael Blackson, Tiffany Haddish, Paul Rodriguez, myself, Eric Blake, and many more. If you're in Vegas checking out the Canelo fight, we're gonna be performing the night before. They say Big Cinnamon gonna be there. I don't know.
well, Big Cinnamon's family's gonna be there because he's not allowed to leave camp
La familia
the
de Big
night
Cinnamon.
before. So that's what I was told. So
And
producers said,
I'm gonna wreck it, I'm gonna kill it, and his family gonna be like, no hombre, Saúl, tienes que ver este muchacho, pero tiene tu nombre en alto y que representa a los mexicanos muy bien. Y que...
so what I was told was, run a show, y'all. So if you're in Vegas, come out. You can get your tickets. It's gonna be a good show. There's gonna be an after party as well. And then the weigh-in is the day that we land. So that's also an option if you wanted to go to that.
So the
What's
day
the weigh-in?
is, do we land the day of the show?
Yes.
Okay, so the day that we land, we could go see the weigh-in and then get ready for the show.
Yes. And then get ready for the show. The after party, that's gonna be a long day. Travel, weigh-in. You perform. After party.
How much time am I doing? Anybody know?
I didn't get that information.
Well, I'm not
yet.
doing a full
Yeah.
set. So
I
that
think it
means,
might be 15 minutes, 10
that's
minutes.
it?
Yeah.
10? Oh, I said pura cremita, just straight out the top, man. Straight butter.
I think it might be
That's
that.
gonna
Because
be-
there's so many people performing. I don't know that they would give y'all
Yeah.
that much time.
Yeah,
No?
it's clarified ghee butter is what I'm
Ghee
gonna give
butter.
y'all. I'm gonna give y'all straight ghee
Oh,
butter.
let's talk about ghee butter right now.
Marisol wants to talk about ghee butter, y'all.
I'm gonna bring some old shit up right now. So
First of all, tell them what ghee butter is.
ghee butter is the top. When you make butter, it's just the top part of the
Straight clarified.
Yeah, so you don't get all the other stuff. It's better for you, or so they say, right?
I mean, I think it's just probably like the champagne of butter. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a delicacy. It's
Okay, so just so you guys know, it comes in a glass jar. You can get it in a glass jar, and it's not very cheap if you get the organic, like really great made, good grade of ghee butter.
none of
right?
that GMO butter.
So I like the Indian ghee butter, okay? Because I feel like theirs is the best. That's just my opinion. So I had this ghee butter when Chingo and I were first dating, and so that's all I would cook with. These jars can cost you $28.
God.
Okay.
Dang, I didn't know it was that much for some
this
butter.
boy decides to open up my cabinet.
My baby had a good job. You know what I'm saying? No cheering.
And he opens up the cabinet. It falls. The ghee butter just goes everywhere. I'm not home. So I don't know about the ghee butter being broken, okay? So I come home now, and now I'm going to cook, and I'm like, hey, where's my ghee butter? He's like, oh, it broke. What? What do you mean
Like,
it just broke? You're
it's just
like, yeah,
butter, bro.
it just opened. I opened the cabinet, it came out, and it broke. And I was like, bro, this is ghee butter. Do you know how much it is? And I'm like, this is really expensive. Like, you only use a little bit, you know? And he was like, so
Buy
go
some
get
more.
another one. And I was like, it's $28. I'm like, I can't buy another. He goes, who even does ghee butter anyway? Fast forward, he hears a podcast
Tim Ferriss.
from Tim Ferriss, and he's like, we should really get ghee butter.
I was like, hey, babe. I'm like sitting there, hey, babe, we should look into ghee butter.
I was like, are you
I'm
kidding
hearing,
me right now?
I'm hearing really good things.
Before you said it, this dude was like $28 butter. Before you said it,
Yeah.
$28.
Oh, they already knew it was $28?
Yeah, I
It's
told
the champagne
you.
and butter.
It's like super good, and it's so good for you. I actually just watched a video on how to make it. Remember I was telling you? So I'm gonna try to make butter at home, Juan. Well, the ghee butter.
Hey, if things go south in America, everybody gonna have to be churning their own butter.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to make butter, and we'll you know what? We'll do it for Cafecito time. Maybe I'll show you guys if it turns out really good. Well, no, we'll show them the end product.
We're gonna have custom jars of ghee butter.
Oh, you should do the fast forward, the time fast forward.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channels. You could probably catch some of those things.
Yeah.
Last night, Marisol was cooking, and I was like, man, this content, we
I
wasting
know.
content.
Listen, but I didn't want to do it because I was testing it out. I saw my sister sent me a TikTok of these cornflake. What is that? They just use the cornflakes as the basically crust or the batter for the chicken nuggets.
Is that what they called it? Like a chicken nugget?
Like yeah, it's like chicken.
It's basically like a homemade breaded chicken breast, like in
Yes.
chunks.
It was so good, and supposedly it's healthy.
Oh, we're
with
gonna
all
eat
the
that today.
ingredients.
We're gonna eat that today.
I did make the mac and cheese because my mac and cheese is hard to make. Diet, like how he was doing, he was using like what is it, 2%? Like he was using like all the stuff that obviously lessens the calories. But I said since we're gonna measure it, it should be fine.
Yeah. So like I said, subscribe to the YouTubes if y'all want to see some more variety of content. But we appreciate y'all tuning in. And, like I said, the tour is wrapping up pretty soon. We're going to have to start working on next year's tour dates. I'm seeing a lot of cities that people are like, yo, you ain't been to Phoenix. When are you coming here? When are you going to come to this area? So, we appreciate the feedback because that helps us know where the heck I'm going to be at. So,
Well, every time people ask for Phoenix, I don't know what happens is we go to Phoenix and then we don't sell it out. And then the request 1 month later, like, how come you didn't come to Phoenix? I'm like, oh my God, we were just in Phoenix. Do y'all know how much we spend on ads?
well, my advertising account's messed up right now, but hey, you guys can help spread the word. And we're probably gonna do a whole weekend, God willing, in Phoenix. So it'll be Fridays and Saturdays, not like a
Or the
Wednesday.
Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. So that
Or
also
Sunday.
that also makes it difficult. You trying to ask people to come out on a Sunday. So
Yeah.
so we look forward to that. And like I said, we're ending the tour in San Antonio. I actually have a DJ gig coming up.
Oh yeah, when is that?
October 28th in Wichita, Kansas, and I'm every night, like in between everything we got going on, I go up there and try to put my set together, and I'm taking my notes and trying to figure out what these little youngsters are into these
Yeah,
days.
because do you know what they're into?
Not all the way, but I'm researching.
Because some of these names are all similar, like The Baby, Little Baby,
D baby.
D Baby. I'm just
Baby
like,
the Birdman.
y'all ain't got no other names to use. Like y'all ran out of names of all the names in the world. You just got to do stick.
Well, maybe
to
somebody,
The Baby.
maybe they're known. Maybe in the hood, people know them as baby.
Like baby black.
Baby Glock. No, I'm talking about that's another baby. Why you think I got a whole new nickname? Because I gotta stick with the trend. They gotta have baby in it. You know what I'm talking about? Baby Glock. You know what I'm talking about? 4 stripes.
Oh my God! Yep, I forgot about that. Did you tell them about that? You got.
I'm
your
gonna tell. Yeah, I got 4 stripes, and then I've been letting everybody know. Anyone who will listen, I'll tell them. And
Did you tell your family yet?
I think I might have puppy. But next thing is I need to work on my cardiovascular. I need to work on my, cause I be hitting that wall. I be hitting that wall of just like, like
Also, I just really don't ever think that is a sport that now you can spar longer with, but I don't think it's a sport that you ever just get like, oh, I do this with flying colors. Like you're gonna be tired or you're rolling. I mean, it's like a lot. So it's like, yes, you can roll longer maybe.
Well, I have a hard time with the warm-ups even. So it's like I need to, like next time we go to 24 and they got that green area, that fake grass, I need to work on my frog leaps, my scorpions, bear
You
crawls.
should do that with Penny because she struggles with that too.
Well, we're both last. Me and my baby, I think she gets it from me.
E-butter.
And the funny thing is, it's like a running joke where the coach is always like, "Pete, you all right?" Because I'm always in the corner. And they say, "All right, y'all, get some water if you need it." And I'm over there like drinking. He's like, "Pete, you all right?" It's like, just oxygen. You know, just trying to drink my water and lean on something. But yeah, anyway,
That's funny.
you know, I'm 44.
When he came home and he told me about the 4 stripes or whatever.
I was like, "You notice anything different about me? Anything you notice?"
Next time it's gonna be a different
Hey,
color.
but I told him, I said, of all the accomplishments you've done, I mean, you've graduated college, you've been on
MTV,
HBO, MTV,
Source
Netflix,
Magazine,
the Texas, what is it?
the
Texas?
Mic Pass.
I mean, you've been on so many. You're in
She's-
a textbook. He's even in a textbook,
She
y'all.
was like, you were a walking meme before that was a thing.
Yes. And
You were
now-
going viral before that was a thing.
And the thing you're most excited about is
It's
the
my
4
stripe,
stripes,
baby.
Like of all the things you've done, it's like that's,
Every stripe.
I've never heard him like. Okay, for example, the textbook that he's in, right?
I
We
threw it
own
away.
the textbook. I kept it. No,
Oh.
it's in a. He said, just throw
like
it away.
art, yeah, different books. Yeah, art.
He's like, throw it away. I'm like,
gallery books.
why? Like, don't you think your girls would want that one day? It's like, who wants that book? So I kept a lot of his stuff. Also, his boots that we have, which he's been trying to get rid of. And I said, no, like, we got to keep these boots.
Oh, Juan asked me. I sent Juan a picture because I was at my mom's house, and she had like 4 or 5 pair, or about 5 or 6 pairs sitting there. And I took a picture, sent it to Juan, and I was like, my mom's house is like a Chingo Bling museum. And he was like, "Hey, are you gonna bring them back?" And I'm like, "It's up to someone to style me and be like, okay, I know what you could wear with those." And just to remind these youngsters, bro, these youngsters be thinking like all of a sudden 20 years later they came up with, you know what I mean?
True.
Rapping with some boots and
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm going to have to agree with that.
So
Bring
we
them
got,
back. We can always
okay.
make outfits.
Well, let me tell my mom I'm coming to pick up the boots, and then Marisol's gonna be in charge of like, all right, you gotta wear them pants with that. You need this
Should
kind
you
of
wear
jacket.
a pair on stage? Should I bling out a pair?
They literally took that picture from like back then.
I
Oh,
had
yeah,
a
I know.
bling-
I forgot. I need to send them an updated picture because while you're on screen, they're gonna have 2 pictures. They're gonna have the pictures up of you because she told me this, and so we need to have
An updated
an
picture.
updated picture. And she goes, "Is it all right if I use a picture?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Let's
That was
get a
a-
newer picture."
That was a terrible picture.
What picture is that from? What year do you think, babe? 20 what?
04, 05, I don't know.
So when you were early on.
That was like a Polaroid picture that they like.
I don't know what that was. So I'm gonna get after my PR department. I'm gonna have to get after them, my PR department.
They didn't even ask me for one. So,
They probably were like, we just don't get it.
but anyway, you have San Antonio after this event.
Yes, San Antonio whole weekend. It's like 6 shows or something. So
Do you ever wish you would have stayed out there after graduating college? Like, did you ever think about that? Was that ever an option for you or no?
well, when I ran out of money, I was like, time for me to go home. Time for me to go home.
But you didn't have a
and
job while you were out there? When you
I
were going to
was
college?
slanging mixtapes. I was like slanging mixtapes at the Flea and like little random DJ gigs. I had like a couple little jobs. I can't remember if it was like right when you graduated and you still have a 6-month lease left. Are you working? No, I think when I was working at like the call center, I might have been like in school still, hadn't graduated. So at the call center, I didn't last because it was just stressful. It's like, is Mr. John Wilson in? We're having dinner, you son of a gun. Like, how dare you? Okay,
Oh, wait,
another
you
name.
were cold calling?
Pretty much. So the names are popping up. Is Miss Rita Wilson?
And what were you, a bill collector?
No. We were
Selling?
offering something.
I hate when they call and they do that. I immediately hang up when they're
Take
like,
me off your list. I'm like,
"How can I? But bye."
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't last there.
And I hate when they use a local number, so it's like a 713, a 281. So now I'm thinking it's somebody I may know, so I'll answer it because it doesn't say spam likely. So I'll answer it, and it's like somebody selling me some shit. I'm just like, you got me. Click.
Somebody
And then I just block
that
it.
I used to know.
That's
Yeah.
it. Would you have stayed out there though? Would you have liked it out there?
I mean, San Antonio's cool, and I was wanting to stay out there because that's where, like, I was on college radio. I had already started making connections. Like, I had a little bit of a name going, so it's kind of like I'm about to be a little shark in this big old pond, and like we're making moves. And then it was like, hey man, you got to keep paying this rent. You know what I mean? And that's when it's like, yeah, I got to go back to Edgebrook with Mama and them. And then that's when Mama was on my ass, like, you gotta go to the Metter staffing. You gotta go to these temp agencies. No hay trabajo, and I'd go up in there like, I got a college degree. Y'all got any AC jobs? Something with an office? And they're like, no, but you could sweep up popcorn at AMC. And
That's with the college degree? You were
they didn't have anything. Yeah, they didn't have anything. So they're just like, no, we don't. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna leave then. And then I'd go, and I'm like,
I'm leaving.
how much they paying? Okay, well, how much popcorn they gonna be dropping at the AMC? And
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was with the college degree. That's crazy.
they didn't have anything else, so that's why I still curse that place every time I drive by.
China
And
bought it over the pandemic.
the what?
China bought it over the pandemic.
Bought what? AMC? And
What?
yeah, so back when I was sweeping up popcorn, they
They
had.
all just made right now my brain just went like this.
I'm surprised BlackRock don't own it. But speaking of movies, Marisol is a big fan of everything whimsical. Marisol's a big fan of fantasy type of, like, Willy Wonka.
Alice in Wonderland.
So when you were a kid,
The Wizard of Oz.
all that. So when you were a kid, the Willy Wonka movie made a big impact. Like,
It did because
Did
you
you
have to
speak English?
remember.
Did you speak English
I
at the
did
time?
speak English. I saw it in the 5th grade, and
la vimos en México.
yeah, I was in the 5th grade, and I was not exposed to any of those movies. I was exposed to Disney movies, but never the Willy Wonka movie. So, like, when I saw it in school, I was like, no way, Jose. Like, who created this movie? It was the greatest movie ever, and I loved it. And so that was my jam. That one,
And they got a new one coming out
They have a new
December
one.
15th.
it's the prequel, right? So I'm excited about
So
that.
they're gonna show the backstory of like the little boy
Willy Wonka.
But
of Willy Wonka when he was a youngster.
But
Getting a chocolate factory.
okay, so but I thought it was his dad, whose dad's a dentist, and they made fun of him with the braces. So that's why I'm confused about when you showed me that reel right now. 'Cause I was like, that's not the story they showed.
That was an actual trailer.
Oh, the trailer. Okay. So the trailer that you showed me then makes sense to the last thing they did with Johnny Depp. When they showed him as a little boy, his dad was a dentist, and he would get made fun of because of the
If he was
braces.
a little boy, this is him a little bit in more like his adult year, like young
Like a
adult,
teenager?
like a young adult getting into the business.
Because that's like when right there it shows like how his dad owned the factory too.
This is like Chingo at college, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to find work.
Yeah.
I cannot wait because they're gonna show how they came up with the Oompa Loompas, and I love that because
I didn't like that one version with Johnny Depp where
didn't?
this is why they cloned the same Oompa Loompa. They had one Oompa Loompa person and they just multiplied him on the screen, and they're supposed to all be the Oompa Loompas.
I watched some of it. I didn't watch the full.
Oh, I did, but
watched
I
it.
liked it. But y'all gotta understand, I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan. So for me, Johnny Depp just made the movie.
Do you remember Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street?
That's the only thing I remember.
What?
21 Jump Street?
I've never seen any of the Pirate of the Caribbean. I've never seen any of those.
I didn't see any of those.
I also saw the one his one movie where he was like a writer and he stayed up in a cabin. I forget what the name of it is. It might be just called The Cabin. where he's a writer and he's weird like that. I just like how weird he is. I like weird like individuals.
He's a murderer in that movie.
Yes.
The Window. It's called The Window.
The Window, yeah, it was really. Did you ever see that one? No, it's really good. I like people who are just not the same. Like they're just not. They're out of their bubble.
When Johnny Depp did Edward Scissorhands, that's when I was
Oh
like,
my God, yes, Edward Scissorhands is the other one. I wanted to show it to Penny the other day, and I'm like, is she ready for that? Because I showed how Penny got into Wednesday was I showed Penny the old school Wednesday, like the black and white Wednesday.
oh yeah, that's how she first. Right?
That's how she first. Yeah. So I showed her Wednesday Addams.
And then when the Netflix one came out,
she
she's
did
like,
not like it. She was like, why is it in color? Like it should be black and white. You know, so she was kind of weird about it at first, and then now, how obsessed is she with it?
big time.
To where she wants to be Wednesday Addams again for this Halloween. She was already it last year.
Yeah.
And she wants to do
Could we talk about Leonardo DiCaprio as Gilbert Grape?
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
You never saw that one? That's when Leo DiCaprio was like a little teenager, like a young actor, and he played a what would you call that? Cognitively deficient.
He is like down.
okay, I'm not
He wasn't Down syndrome.
he had
was
something.
something was wrong with him. Yeah,
He was on the spectrum
on
somehow.
the spectrum. Yeah, he might have had Asperger's.
They might have made that movie just to astroturf the idea that people were going to start seeing that more commonly. That's what they say about the movie Rainman. That
Yeah?
supposedly some theorists are like, yeah, it's weird that the timing of this Rainman character and this movie came out around the time that there was going to be a spike in people with that type of ailment. That way people could be like, oh, it's a common thing because there's a whole movie about it. And it's like, nah, they made the movie because they knew it was going to start popping up. But anyway, Leo DiCaprio, he did a good job, even though now he's kind of weird because he only dates like little young chicks. So Leo, you need to get your life together. You need Jesus.
I mean, at least they're over 18, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's.
Yeah, they're over 18, but you know, he'd be
I
like,
mean,
as soon as they turn 22, he's like, ooh, boo boo. I'm finna go get me some cigarettes. You gonna be here?
Is that a wrinkle?
Ooh.
Your face is crazy.
Oh, let me see your ID.
He actually hasn't aged either. So he's done a good job of staying like. I mean, let's talk about Tom
Debatable.
Cruise. I want to know what Tom Cruise did. What he's using on his face.
He's on all the vitamins.
Exactly. He's on everything.
All the adrenochrome.
Exactly.
They're over there scaring babies to keep Tom young.
Because they compared him from Top Gun, like what he looked like in Top Gun, to now, and there's like very little change. And then they did that lady dirty, the lady that was his.
She couldn't
who
keep
he
up.
was, and she's chubby
She
now.
having good
she's not
doctors.
as cute. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't know if she didn't continue to make it in the Hollywood industry or what, but she just did not.
She didn't have
Excuse me.
Scientology backing her.
Oh.
That's Scientology. That's what it is.
Hey, but you know
They
what?
have the fountain of youth.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Tom Cruise though. When he I don't know if you saw that clip that was going around when he was debating some TV interviewer guy. No, it wasn't about jabs. No, you're talking about Jim Carrey. Tom Cruise, that clip was going around because the host was saying, yeah, but SSRIs and a lot of there's a chemical imbalance and people need antidepressant pills.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
they
right.
work and they work. Antidepressant pills work. And Tom Cruise is like, bro, you don't even know what you're talking about, bro. He's like, it's just masking the symptoms. All this is pseudo junk science. And sure enough, he got proven right. So that's when the clip started circulating. Like Tom Cruise knew what was up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, man.
It recently, like in this last couple of years, that
Probably
video
like
came up again.
6 months ago.
Yeah.
Well, they discredited it because that was the time whenever he jumped on Oprah's couch. It got weird. That was around the
So
same
they
time.
discredited his clip
Yeah,
saying
like,
like,
oh, he's going crazy.
well, Big Pharma.
Of course they're gonna say that.
I'm sure Big Pharma would love to be able to say, hey, quit talking down on our products, boy. Hell you mean? Boy. And unfortunately, man, the pharmaceutical industry, no disrespect, but y'all don't sponsor this show, so we get to freely talk about. Like, people are very dubious about the side effects with a lot of the stuff that they push, whether it's like pain medicines. We've seen what type of devastation that can have. The pill they prescribed me for my toenail.
Oh my God!
Look, I got it already. I got the pills already, but I got on Google. lo googleé, and I was like, hold on, bro, what type of liver damage? And I was like, that's an organ. Steve Jobs ain't here because that organ went out on him, right? He had a problem with that organ, and you kind of need
Pancreatic cancer.
it went liver.
It's pancreatic cancer.
You sure didn't, but it didn't affect his liver
I
at
mean,
all.
probably went to the liver too, but
Okay.
pancreatic cancer, you try to heal it by natural stuff, and he died pretty fast.
Okay, my bad. I thought I was misled to believe that it had something to do with his liver. But anyway, that's an organ that you need. And I got kids, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna just. And then Marisol was telling me, like, after I done paid for the blood test, so they could test my liver first, and then I done paid for the prescription. I'm paying for all this stuff, and now I'm looking at it like, damn, I went and did all that. But as I kid, they gave me another thing too. He was like, this is topical, but then you got this one gonna go through your liver. He's like, you can try and use them both. So last night I did the first round of the topical.
And I already told you what we should go do.
Okay, now we got to find a podiatrist and
Get
see
the
if they-
nail taken off.
and so, but we'll see. All right, so everybody on the Patreon, everybody that's on the Discord,
I can't wait to show y'all his new toe.
all the
They said take garlic pills.
garlic pills.
Yeah.
Okay, I like garlic. I'm down. I'm not mad at that. But I done tried a lot of things. So
I done tried a lot of things.
and my faith is wavering. Don't try me, try Jesus.
I was gonna tell you something real quick because yesterday I went to my parent-teacher
Hold
conference.
on, girl. She trying to get underhooks on me, player.
I went to the parent-teacher conference, and I'm so
Okay.
proud of Penny because she's doing so well. But Juan and I also had a podcast yesterday where we spoke about, guys, check this out.
I heard it went well.
It did, right, Juan? What didn't you say, or is it just me? So my girlfriend is a part of a startup organization that is called Smart Families. And what Smart Families is they're going into the schools. Currently, it's just right now in 2 private schools, which is where her daughter attends, and then another one. And these parents that created this startup company is basically a contract that you sign, right? That's saying you will not give your child a gadget, whether that be an iPad or a phone, until the age of 14. And that's just basically because they were shows how the brain doesn't fully finish developing, like I was telling Juan, until you're 24. And so with the iPad and phones and all the stuff that comes in, basically the brain doesn't fully ever connect like this because of
Your
all
frontal lobe
yes,
and your
because
cortex.
of all the junk that you've kind of fed it in between, which doesn't allow you to create the neurons and all the other stuff that you're supposed to create while developing, and motor skills and all this other stuff that you're supposed to create. And so it's really interesting because she sent me the draft of the article, and it was talking about how like a baby's brain is just as big as a quarter. So imagine that. So you're already giving your child the iPad, and it's as big as a quarter, and so it's so basically it's absorbed just the junk that it's being fed currently versus like learning colors, learning numbers and shapes.
Not to mention, sorry to cut you off, not to mention like how many, like I'll just say specifically young male adults who is, and I probably was kind of like that too. Like maybe like I wouldn't call myself like aniñado, you know what I'm saying, or like tuido, like my mom would say. But when you are kind of like somewhat not coddled, but like when you're young, like in your early 20s, right, and you having to like your grandfather, when he was in his early 20s, he already had a family and kids. Like society was different back then.
Yeah.
And so apenas están aprendiendo, like y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Some of these youngsters, like, bro, you ain't, almost like you're after a 14-year-old. Like, hey, bro, did you brush your teeth, bro? Hey, don't pick up your thing. You know what I mean? And it's like you a grown man.
Well, it's funny. I saw this Instagram video, and it was a little kid, maybe about 8 or 9. He cleaned his room, picked up all his toys. If y'all saw this video, then y'all know what I'm talking about. Cleaned his restroom, wiped down his mirror, like everything. Like he legit cleaned it, not half-assed, not like just some shit his mom's gonna have to come back and finish up herself.
It wasn't just for the gram.
No. It was so good. And all the comments were like,
how edited was it? It's like, cut.
No.
Damn it, Johnny, you left a speck. How we gonna go viral? It don't look
You
believable.
missed the baseballs.
Who was I talking to yesterday that told me? Oh, actually, it was Penny's teacher. Because she was talking about how, social media is so bad for our kids, right?
And
how
adults.
And it teaches you, you have to look a certain way or be a certain lifestyle because that's
Filters.
what it looks like on the TV and, blah, 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 blah. So she was saying how she had seen this video that, basically it was a mom taking pictures. It was super nice, right? And there's a point of it. Actually, she said it's a music video to a Christian song.
Got it.
And so she said it's like they show the mom zoomed in on this like perfect picture setup, because she's about to take pictures for the gram for her child, and so it's perfectly, and then the camera pans out, and then there's like a mess everywhere, and there's toys over here, dishes in the sink, and everything, and it's just like, I guess the song's about like reality, and that's really a lot of people's reality, except for on the gram. It's like that's the mess. I think I talked about that on my podcast the other day, where I just said like, I always get some smart ass on my podcast that will leave a comment and say, why doesn't she ever like dress up all the way? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't wear no makeup today. Have y'all seen her on Cafecito time? Ooh, they eat me up on Cafecito
Really?
time. Yeah,
I ain't
they
never
be
seen no
talking shit.
comment.
Yeah, they be talking about how I don't wear no makeup in the morning, and it's all good.
Keep that same energy, pimpin'. Keep that same energy.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good.
Y'all lucky I ain't got the nails right now, because I've been in this mic right here.
Well, you know what?
But that's okay, because that's what our eyes have been fed for such a long time.
Not only that, but like your kids are up early. Lunches were made last night. Dinner was made last night. The kids got their hair done in the morning. Like everybody got dropped off on time. Cafecito time might have been a little delayed, but like shout out to the real moms that sacrifice themselves and sometimes don't have time to like go get the nails done and the roots touched up, put on all the jewelry and this and that.
But I am going tomorrow, y'all. So the next time I come on Cafecito time next week, my roots will be done. All right. So it will not be this.
It's because it takes so much time. Number one, and we juggle a lot of stuff. So
and two, I get it done for free by my mom, so I have to be on her time. So she just told me this week you can come in. She told me today.
Sure, I got an open slot
And
right
I said,
here.
okay, let me ask Pete if he can pick up my kids right quick, and then I can make it to you.
Let me ask Pete if he could skip jujitsu. Huh?
What does Jerry say? It takes a village.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
It does, because my sister helps, our nanny helps.
Yeah, my family helps.
Like
My
your
family always wanted to
Like
help.
your sisters will, like, it takes everybody.
My
It's like
sister,
a
my
team
sister.
effort.
We went to visit my sister Pat, and when it was time for us to leave, she was like, "Oh, y'all not gonna eat? Like, yo, where y'all rushing off?" I was like, "Man, look, it's Sunday, but tomorrow is back to school and all that, and I don't want to be late with bath time and this and that." So I was like, "Let me choose my battles." She looks sleepy. Let me get her in the car seat.
Oh, Sonny?
Yeah, and everything else. But hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in and spending your morning, just a quick little morning convo with us. And we hope to meet you soon. Marisol has some pop-ups coming up.
I do.
Check out her podcast, Her Lounge Podcast, herappareltx.com. You can get you some nice gear.
I'm still having my summer sale, y'all. So get on there, and
Tuesday's gonna be Cafecito.
then every Tuesday now. We were doing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, y'all, but as y'all can see, kids are at school, so it's getting really complicated. So we've narrowed it down to Tuesday
Yeah,
mornings,
we just
right?
want to give y'all the best show we possibly can on a Tuesday.
I'm gonna say between 8 and 8:30ish, MST.
Mexican Central Time, MCT.
No.
What is it?
Mexican
Standard Time, MST.
Yes.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys, and we want to just be consistent so that you guys can always know that we're gonna be here. And
leave us some comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, does this go on YouTube, Juan?
everywhere.
If you're
it's on
watching this,
everything.
okay, so if
TikTok.
you're watching it on YouTube, leave us some comments of some, like, we're always looking for topics also that we could look into, talk about, so leave them so that we can bring that info to you. We'd love to do that.
And we appreciate the feedback, because a lot of times when I'm at the shows and people are like, "Hey man, appreciate, hey man, that RPT, or hey man, hey, Cafecito time. Like it's good to kind of know, like, okay, what percentage of people tune into all the things we're doing. That way we could give y'all the best show. Hopefully it grows to where it might turn into if the demand is there, it's like, hey bro, we need another one Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Or if like, hey bro, we want a Discord, we want a Patreon, we want more access, we want more premium content.
Feedback when it's constructive.
Yeah, don't be a-holes about it. Like, give us constructive criticism is always good. That's appreciated. Like, that's what's up. We need that. We can only get better if you guys give us constructive criticism. I don't need to know about how my eyelash was over here.
Damn, they be leaving them kind of comments?
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Love you. Peace out. Gracias. Amor y qué más. Mucha paz.